She already knows. Before you speak, before you ask, before you touch, she's already scanned you, not with logic, with instinct, with something ancient, something even she can't explain. But most miss it. They chase, they overtalk, they try to prove themselves, and in doing so, they fail the test they didn't even see coming. If you don't know what she's really looking for, you've already lost her, and it won't be because of what you did. It'll be because of what you didn't understand. This video isn't about lines, tricks, or seduction hacks. It's about psychological clarity. It's about decoding what's hidden, what she's feeling beneath the words, the smiles, the body language. Because what she's actually looking for before choosing intimacy has nothing to do with looks or lines. It has everything to do with emotional impact. And that's what this breakdown is for. This isn't shallow dating advice. This is emotional intelligence weaponized. Stoic presence meets unspoken red pill truth. If you want to be unforgettable, you don't need to be perfect. You need to be understood on a primal level. So let's break it all down, chapter by chapter. No fluff, no performance, no filters. Number 1. She's already decided, but not how you think. She doesn't need hours. She doesn't need the date to finish. She doesn't need a checklist. In the first few minutes, often in the first few seconds, she's already leaning one way. And it's almost never about what you said. It's about what she felt before the first word even left your mouth. People think attraction is logical, that it builds in stages, that you can slowly convince someone into desire. But the truth is far more primal. She doesn't wait for your resume. She watches your energy. She notices your movements. She reads your tone. And without realizing it, her body makes a decision her mind won't admit for hours, days, maybe ever. She feels safe, or she doesn't. She feels pulled in, or she's already pulling away. This decision isn't about kindness. It's not about what job you have. It's about charge. And most people lose the game because they don't even know the rules. They try to impress. But that's already a fail, because if you're trying to earn her attention, she's already decided she doesn't owe it to you. Now here's where it gets deep. Sometimes she wants to want you, but her nervous system won't let her. Because something in your posture, in your presence, in the way you react, killed the polarity. You weren't dangerous in the right way. You weren't grounded. You weren't felt. And so she stays polite. She nods, she smiles, she may even flirt. But inside, the decision's already been made. And it's almost always final. But if you knew what signs she was scanning for, if you understood the unspoken filters behind her gaze, you'd stop trying to talk her into liking you, and you'd start walking in a way that makes her body want to stay. That's the key. It's not about what she thinks of you. It's about what her nervous system can't ignore about you. And if you don't build that awareness, you'll keep hearing the same line over and over again. I don't know. Something just didn't click. Number 2, the one trait she needs to feel before anything else, before attraction, before chemistry, before desire. There's one feeling that overrides everything else: safety. But this isn't the kind of safety that comes from comfort. It's not about being the nice guy or saying the right things. It's not about holding doors or laughing at her jokes. That kind of safety is predictable. And predictable doesn't make her nervous system lean in. It makes it feel numb. The safety she craves is the one that lets her body relax, while her mind stays alert. It's the paradox, the sweet spot. You don't make her feel bored. You make her feel seen without pressure, desired without being demanded. You walk with presence, not performance. That's safety. She scans you from the second she feels your energy. Are you grounded? Are you present? Do you blink too much? Do you smile for approval? Is your body soft and collapsed or upright and relaxed? Do your eyes hold her calmly or chase her for attention? The truth is, she wants to trust you, not because she knows you, but because she feels your stillness. When you carry that stillness, you're not interrupting the moment with ego. You're not pushing. You're not proving. You're not checking her reaction every 2 seconds to see if she likes you. You're calm, not dead, not frozen. Steady. That steady presence, that controlled fire, that emotional self-command, that's what makes her open. Because now she doesn't have to guard herself. Now she's not decoding your intentions every second. She just feels you. When you move from that place, her brain starts shutting off, and her instincts start tuning in. That's when attraction begins. It's not what you say. It's not your job. It's not your story. It's the energy you carry before any of that. And if she doesn't feel safe enough to drop her mental armor, she'll never let you past her physical one. Because the one trait she looks for before anything else is whether your energy gives her freedom or pressure. And if it's pressure, she's already gone. Number 3, presence greater than performance. Why energy beats appearance? Everyone tells you to look better, dress sharper, speak smoother. They push performance because it's easy to package, easy to sell. But the truth? What moves her, what opens her, what makes her stay, is never the most polished person. It's the one who's undeniably present. Presence is felt before a word is spoken. It's not about standing out. It's about standing still while the world spins. It's being so grounded, so deeply okay with yourself, that your energy settles her nervous system. That's more powerful than looks, money, charm, combined. Because presence is rare, you can see it. The one who doesn't fidget, doesn't seek approval with every glance, doesn't laugh to fill silence. The one who doesn't force eye contact, but doesn't break it either. The one who lets her be uncomfortable, without flinching. Performance, on the other hand, always seeks something. It's needy, it's reactive, it's loud. It tries to control the vibe, tries to guide emotions. But presence? It lets things unfold, it watches, it reads the room, not to manipulate, but to understand. She feels it immediately. When you walk in trying to entertain, she guards up. You're doing too much. She senses the insecurity behind the flash. But when you enter with presence, relaxed, alert, engaged, but not overeager, her whole system reacts. She won't even know why. She'll say things like, "There's something about you," or "You feel different." That's presence. And it doesn't require status or scripts. It requires one thing: emotional stability. The ability to stay with yourself so deeply that nothing she does can pull you off your center. You could be average-looking, underdressed, soft-spoken, and still outshine everyone in the room. Because people don't remember performance, they remember energy. And the person who brings calm instead of noise becomes unforgettable. Number 4, she tests silently, and most fail without knowing it. She's not testing you because she's mean. She's testing you because she has to. Before her body relaxes, her mind must confirm. Are you emotionally solid, or are you another mirage? She won't say it out loud. She might not even know she's doing it. But the test is always there. And most people fail without ever seeing it. She watches how you respond to tension. Do you chase? Do you get flustered? Do you try to fix it? She says something offhand. She withholds a compliment. She pauses when she normally leans in. It's not drama, it's data. She's scanning for consistency, for control, for frame. Here's the truth. If you can't hold your ground when it's slightly uncomfortable, she knows you'll collapse under pressure. And nothing shuts off desire faster than a nervous system that suddenly feels like it has to lead. You don't need to fight her. You don't need to outplay her. You need to hold your center. She'll make a joke that undercuts your confidence, and watch how you take it. She'll go quiet for a moment, and watch if you fill the silence like a desperate actor. She'll shift her attention, and notice if you panic or stay composed. None of this is about hurting you. It's about feeling safe with you. Because if your mood shifts every time hers does, she can't trust your energy. If your validation depends on her reactions, you're not leading, you're mirroring. And attraction dies in the absence of direction. She wants to feel your calm. She wants to know that you can see through the noise, that you're not performing, not flinching, not collapsing under her shifts. That's what makes her nervous system breathe. That's what unlocks her openness. When you pass these tests, not by reacting but by staying unmoved, she doesn't just respect you. She feels pulled toward you, and not in a logical way, in a way she can't explain. That's the secret. It's not about passing the test by force. It's about being someone who doesn't even blink when it comes, because your center is stronger than the moment. Number 5. The safety polarity loop. Calm with edge wins. She doesn't just want safety. She doesn't just want edge. She wants both at the same time. And that's where 99% of people lose her, because they're either too soft to lead or too aggressive to feel safe. But the few who learn to carry both, they don't chase intimacy. It finds them. Safety without polarity feels boring. Polarity without safety feels dangerous. But when you have calm presence and subtle dominance, you give her nervous system everything it's looking for. Let's break this down. She needs safety to open, emotional safety, psychological clarity, the deep, unshakable stillness that says, I know who I am. I'm not here to take anything from you. When that's real, her guard drops. Her breath slows. Her mind stops scanning for exits. But she also needs polarity, the subtle edge that signals, I'm not here to be controlled. I'm not here to be managed. I'm here because I choose to be. And I'll leave if the vibe turns false. That edge gives her the thrill. That edge gives her the pull. Together they create the loop. She feels calm, but slightly on edge, in a way that excites her. She knows you're not going to push, but you could. You're not controlling, but you're uncontrollable. That's the vibe. And it makes her lean in. This loop is magnetic. It creates the space where attraction breathes. She's not decoding your intentions. She's feeling your presence. And because you're not trying to convince her, you become the most real thing in the room. That's when the rules change. She starts making excuses to stay longer, starts laughing harder, her eyes linger, her texts come faster. She mirrors you, not because you forced anything, but because your calm made her feel safe, and your edge made her feel alive. Most never find this balance. They pick a side. They either try too hard to be safe and become invisible, or they lean too far into edge and trigger her defense system. But the ones who learn the loop, they're the ones she doesn't forget. Not after a night, not after a year, not ever. Number 6, signals she's ready and signs you're not. She'll never say it directly. She'll rarely tell you she's ready. But the body always speaks, long before the lips do. And if you can't hear the unspoken yes, you'll misread the moment. You'll push too early, or you'll stall too long. Either way, the tension breaks. And once it's gone, it's almost impossible to get back. But here's the twist. Even if she's ready, it doesn't matter if you're not. That's what most miss. They chase the green light without checking their own engine. Because if she's signaling yes, but your energy is still nervous, performative, or unsure, the signal dies. Attraction only works when the tension is matched by mutual readiness. not just for touch, but for emotional responsibility. So let's start with the signals she gives. Her voice drops slightly. She stays closer than necessary. She asks deeper questions, then goes quiet, waiting for your tone. She touches things near you: drinks, phone, your arm. Her laughter is less about jokes, more about release. And most of all, she lingers in small silences, almost inviting you to lead. That's when she's open. But not just physically, she's open emotionally. She wants to feel more of you. But this is the most dangerous moment, because most think readiness is about permission. It's not. It's about readiness to be led without being dominated. That's where you come in. You must check yourself. Are you leading from clarity or from fear of missing the moment? Is your energy still or chasing? Are you watching her or tracking her reactions like prey? She'll feel the difference instantly. Signs you're not ready? You rush touch instead of relaxing into it. You keep seeking eye contact for approval. You talk too much, filling gaps with noise. You freeze when tension rises. You avoid physical escalation out of fear or overcorrect into dominance. If any of those show up, she won't say no. She'll just shift. She'll pull back slightly. Her energy will dip. And once she doesn't feel led, she starts leading herself out of the moment. This is why presence is everything. If you're not grounded enough to read her and yourself, you'll ruin the moment she was hoping you'd create. Because she's not just looking for chemistry. She's looking for a leader who doesn't need to control. And if you become that, she'll follow without hesitation. Number 7. Stop trying to convince her and start being felt. Every word you say to convince her is one more signal you don't believe you're enough. Every time you over-explain, overshare, or overcompensate, you're leaking the one thing that creates true desire: inner trust. She doesn't need a script. She doesn't want a pitch. She doesn't care how many affirmations you've repeated this week. She wants to feel you, not through charm or charisma, but through the calm certainty of someone who knows they're the prize. Convincing comes from scarcity. It's rooted in fear. It says, I hope I'm good enough. I hope you pick me. I hope this moment goes the way I planned. And she feels it before you even open your mouth. But presence? That comes from abundance. It says, I'm here. I'm listening. I don't need this moment to look a certain way because I've already validated myself. That kind of energy? She can't fake her way around it. She feels it deep, and it disarms her without effort. The difference between being heard and being felt? Stillness. Most people never stop performing. They never stop trying to prove. And that keeps them locked out of the moment where real intimacy lives. Because real attraction isn't logical. It's not impressed by rhythms. It's pulled in by resonance. She doesn't remember what you said. She remembers how her body reacted to your energy. And if your energy was grounded, slow, aware, she let her guard down without even realizing it. That's the goal. Not to impress her, but to wake up the part of her that recognizes something real when she feels it. Stop talking. Start observing. Stop filling space. Start holding space. Stop hoping to be enough. Start embodying what already is. Because the ones who get remembered? They weren't the funniest. They weren't the most attractive. They weren't the richest. They were the ones who walked in already convinced, not of her interest, but of their own worth. And that energy? That's what makes her body whisper yes before her mind even knows what's happening. She's not waiting for the perfect line. She's not checking off a list. She's feeling, reading, testing. Before she ever says yes with her lips, she says yes or no with her body, her silence, her nervous system. And most never hear it. Because most are too loud, too eager, too distracted, too caught up in trying to be what they think she wants, that they forget the truth. She doesn't want perfection. She wants presence. She wants calm. She wants a leader she can trust, not with her body, but with the space between you. If she doesn't feel that safety, if she doesn't feel that edge, if your energy doesn't settle her chaos while also lighting her fire, she leaves. Maybe not physically, but emotionally, she's already gone. You don't need more tricks. You don't need more volume. You need stillness, certainty, detachment. Because the man who knows his worth doesn't have to chase attraction. He attracts by existing. When you stop performing, when you stop proving, when you start embodying, that's when she finally sees you, not the version you created, the one that's always been there, under the noise. If this spoke to something deep in you, something you've always known but couldn't say, then now's the time to stand up and be part of this message. Like this video to help us beat the noise and push this clarity into the algorithm. Comment below, "I attract through presence, not performance." Let's own that energy. Share this with someone who's chasing and burning out. They need this shift. Subscribe if you're done with surface-level advice and ready to go deeper every week. Supporting this channel doesn't just help me, it helps you, and it helps every single person who's tired of the fake game and ready to stand in real power. Because when enough of us show up grounded, honest, and dangerous in all the right ways, we raise the entire standard. You ready? Let's walk it.